is our 2017 VW Crafter. It's nearly 6 meters long. It took me 1 year to convert it into a camper van, and we bought it as a cargo van. We gave the Crafter an awning, a Fiamma F65S, which gives us some shade. And as you can see, we're in Southern Europe at the moment, so it's really handy to have it on the car. Up here we got the reverse camera, and as you can see, there's a solar panel on top of the car, which gives us 125 watts of solar energy. On the driver's side of the car, there's just the installation for the cassette toilet. We got a hookup for 220 volt to charge the battery while we are on a campsite. For our Crafter was a station wagon. It didn't have any windows in the back section of the car, so we had to install it on the slide door, on the back doors, and on the other side there's one window too. You can see that later. From the back of the car you can see the construction we chose, and that's related to this gas cabinet here. We wanted a 5 kilo gas bottle, and so the whole dimensions of the installation were chosen related to that. For fresh water we chose jerry cans, and they contain 22 liters each, and we use components for a garden watering system, and these are easy to connect, and you can disconnect it just with a click, and these help me to choose the jerry can we pump the water from. These are little valves, and they help us to get air back into the jerry can when the water is pumped out. The whole thing is on a slider, and that's a real sturdy one, and so I can pull it out to get easy access to the jerry cans if I want to. Here in the middle we got a deep drawer for all kind of stuff, and over here we got the gas cabinet, and there's a 5 kilo gas bottle in there. We installed a tap here to be able to have an outside shower if we wish to, and we used very minimal space for the toilet / shower, and as you can see we used PVC and neodymium magnets to keep the water from splashing everywhere. Once you look inside you see that we got a Tedford cassette toilet with a swivel seat, which is really handy. You can turn it in either direction. And we got a little shower head here, which is for cold water only, but that's fair enough for us because we use it very seldom. In the shower, like everywhere in the car, we get outlets for the diesel heater, so when you access the toilet during the winter, it's warm and cozy in here. For we wanted to have an oven in the camper, we chose Automatic Moonlight 2, which gives us the opportunity to bake some cake, and we are really happy with the power of the gas stove, which is really cool. On the other side of the car you see our fridge, which is a Dometic 2, and it's 65 liters, and that's plenty of room for us, and it has the advantage of a deep freeze here, which is really cool. The wooden surfaces I made from refurbished teak wood and a lime wood, which I got from a local sawmill that is quite common here in Northern Europe. I glued it up and I painted it with epoxy boat varnish. And I used it for this flip-up table here, for the lagoon table, and for the countertop. The lagoon table gives us many options for use because of its versatility. When we cook here, we can use it here as a countertop, and overnight we just swivel it over here and store it on top of the stove. But in the morning, when we got our tea and coffee in bed, we just move it here and we can access it from bed. These little shelves are really handy because overnight you can leave all your stuff in there, like your watch and your phone and everything. And we got some USB ports on either side of the car, so you can charge your phone there. For the sake of security, we installed a gas detector which detects carbon monoxides, KO gases, and propane butane, and we got one detector down here and one up there. When the bed is set up, we don't have access to all of the drawers, but to some at least. And as you can see here, we got this cabinet here which pulls out like that. We got a big drawer here which gives us some storage, and we got the gray water here which is accessible all the time, and that was important to us. This PVC over there stops things from sliding when we hit the brakes. In the rooftop we installed 2 MaxAir fans, which made us a lot of trouble because they don't meet the European regulations so far, but I was able to get the certificate for that. But they can move either direction. You can pump air in or suck it out, so it gives you a nice airflow. The penny cladding at the ceiling and at the wall was made from pine wood, which I got from the Home Depot store in Germany. It's called Bauhaus, and it's very cheap and light, and I just painted it with water-based color and screwed it on with stainless steel screws, which I think gives it a very nice look. In the front of the car we installed a swivel seat, which is really expensive, but we like it very much because it gives the whole room a bit more of a homey feeling. And when we set up a flip-up table, you can sit at the swivel seat and have a meal over there. We get 2 of these laminate boxes, and I made some inserts. We just put it in there, and this is as a storage while we're driving. And under here I got just a piece of plywood, and this is the surface for a skateboard, and it helps everything from sliding. So we just put the box there, and we got a second box there, and we use it as a step to get into the car. We got these window covers made from a company in Hamburg which is called Project Camper, and they give you insulation and some privacy, and we got them for all windows of the car. The window covers attach with magnets to the car, and as you can see they give us a good privacy, and they give a good thermal protection too. And as you can see, although I wasn't really careful when installing them, there's not much light coming through. We store these window covers in here, and so they got good space to live in, and this is kind of rest where we can lean against when we want to chill out on the bed and have a look out of that window. This is how the bed area looks like without the sheets and covers. And this is the slide out frame. And this is how the camper looks like when we are in bench mode. Now you can see that there's drawers at either sides, and there's a cabinet here, and this is access to the water system. So if it's stormy and rainy outside and I want to switch the jerry can where we pump the water from, I can do that from inside. At the rear door of the van we got a second mounting base for the lagoon table, so if we are in bench mode we can use the table at the back of the car as well. As you can see, the bench mode looks very different from bed mode, but to be honest, we most of the time use the bed mode and very seldom switch to bench mode.